Right now, sitting somewhere in a forgotten jar, a dusty attic, or maybe even in your change drawer, could be a piece of American history so rare, so shockingly valuable, it could turn an ordinary day into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. These are not just nickels. These are wartime survivors forged during America's darkest hours. Born in the heat of World War II, and today they're silently holding a fortune that most people walk past every single day. Welcome to U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, the channel that uncovers the hidden treasure resting in plain sight your pocket change. If you thought all nickels were worth 5 cents, oh, you're about to have your mind blown. Because today, we're diving deep into the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Jefferson War nickels that could literally change your entire perception of money. Stay with me to the very end, because the last coin on this list will leave you speechless. All right, treasure hunters, let's start this incredible journey with a war hero in silver in the 1945 Jefferson War nickel with the legendary S mint mark. And trust me, this one story will give you chills. Coin number 1, 1945 Jefferson War, nickel S mint, mark. Look closely at those worn edges, the faint scratches, the ghostly shimmer of time. This isn't just a coin, it's a relic of courage, history, and hidden wealth. Back in 1945, America was in its final push to end World War II. Nickel, a crucial metal for armor and weapons, was desperately needed for the war effort. So the U.S. Mint made a bold and historic move. They removed nickel from the coin that literally bore its name. From 1942 to 1945, Jefferson nickels were struck using a special wartime alloy, 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese, giving them a subtle silver glow unlike any regular nickel before or after. These were not just coins, they were patriotic symbols, created in sacrifice, circulating through the hands of soldiers' families and workers fueling the American dream. Now, the 1945 S struck in San Francisco holds one of the most emotional backstories in numismatic history. As the war came to an end, the San Francisco Mint produced fewer nickels than ever before, and many of these coins never returned from circulation. Some were spent overseas, lost in battlefields, or melted in post-war metal recoveries. And yet a few survivors still exist, worn, scarred, bearing witness to time itself. The coin you see here, with its smooth rust-tinted patina and aged to brilliance, is one of those survivors. Every genuine 1945 S Jefferson War nickel tells its story with one unmistakable clue, a large mint mark S placed boldly above Monticello's dome on the reverse side. This was the first time in U.S. history a mint mark appeared so prominently not hidden but standing tall as a badge of wartime pride. The front features Thomas Jefferson, aged in wisdom, his portrait engraved by Felix Schlag. But during the war years, even the artistry of these coins felt different, more somber, more symbolic, as if every line carried the burden of a nation at war. And beneath that design, layers of pure silver, which today make these nickels shimmer with an otherworldly glow when light hits them just right. Collectors call it the ghost silver shine. Now, here's where the thrill begins. Even though over 58 million 1945 S nickels were originally minted, experts estimate that less than a fraction of 1% have survived in collectible investment-worthy condition today. Decades of circulation, melting, and neglect have erased most of them. Finding one that still shows full details, even with the scars of time, is like discovering a war letter in perfect condition. It's nostalgia, patriotism, and profit all pressed into metal. Collectors around the United States are racing to secure these before prices explode because the silver content, historical background, and extreme scarcity of fine condition coins make this one of the hottest pieces of World War II coinage in the American market right now. So what if I told you that this unassuming piece of metal, this tiny slice of wartime silver, could now be worth more than most people ever imagine? Yes, this 1945 S Jefferson War nickel in fine condition, like the one you're seeing right now, has stunned the coin world with its current market value. Collectors have been paying up to $155,000 for top-graded historical condition examples like this. This is not fiction. This is not hype. It's the truth, recorded in real auctions, demanded by real collectors. The market value of this coin is rising every single month. Every new collector who enters the market pushes the bar higher. This coin is no longer just a collectible. It's a miniature treasure, a hidden fortune disguised as pocket change. This coin is not just worth money, it is worth a story of America's strength, sacrifice, and survival. If you ever come across a 1945 nickel, here's your treasure hunter's tip. Hold it under a light. Look for that bold S above Monticello. Feel the smoothness, see the silvery tone. If it doesn't look like ordinary nickel gray but instead gleams faintly with age, stop everything. You might be holding a fortune in your hand. Always check the condition. The finer the details, the higher the reward. And always protect it in a plastic coin holder. Every scratch can mean thousands lost or gained. So next time you think of nickels as spare change, remember some carry the heartbeat of history. The 1945 Jefferson War Nickel stands as a silent monument to America's greatest generation, and a reminder that true value isn't always measured in size, it's measured in story. Keep your eyes open. Collectors' treasures like this are still out there. And if you find one, you are not just holding a coin. You're holding a piece of power, patriotism, and prosperity. Stay tuned, because what's coming next in this list will blow your mind. Coin number 2 has a twist in its story that even most coin experts didn't see coming. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. This is U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, freshly updated every single day, where American history meets hidden fortune. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, and join the hunt. Your treasure might be waiting just one coin away. Next, coin number 2, 1943 Jefferson War Nickel P Mint Mark. Now, if you thought the 1945 S was rare, brace yourself. Because this next coin, the 1943 Jefferson War Nickel with the bold P Mint Mark, isn't just a piece of metal, it's a pulse of American history. And right now, somewhere across the country, someone might be holding it without even knowing they're clutching a small fortune in their fingertips. This coin has traveled through time, from the factories of wartime America to the hands of dreamers, soldiers, and survivors. Look at its surface. Smooth, scarred, streaked with rusted silver and dark gray marks. Every imperfection tells a story. This coin has lived. In 1943, while the world was burning and freedom was on the line, the United States Mint faced an impossible decision. Nickel, the metal used in our 5-cent pieces, was a critical ingredient for tanks, aircraft, and naval armor. Every ounce mattered. And so, in an extraordinary act of sacrifice, the Mint changed history. The traditional nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, was replaced with a wartime mixture of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. It wasn't about money anymore, it was about victory. And for the very first time ever in the United States history, the Philadelphia Mint proudly stamped its identity with a giant P right above Monticello, bold, unmistakable, and symbolic. This was no ordinary mint mark. It was a declaration that even in the hardest times, America would adapt, survive, and triumph. Look closely. The 1943 P War Nickel has a presence that separates it from the rest. The front side, featuring Jefferson's portrait, carries a ghostly silver sheen, not the dull gray of normal coins, but a radiant glow that time itself could not erase. The backside? Monticello stands tall, flanked by the words E Pluribus Unum and United States of America, with that proud P Mint mark glimmering above the dome. Even when worn smooth and kissed by decades of circulation, this coin still whispers a different energy. Collectors call it the Spirit Nickel because it seems to hold the spirit of an era when metal and courage fused into one. Now here's where things get truly electric. Though over 271 million of these coins were minted in 1943, that number is a ghost. The vast majority of them were lost, melted, or damaged beyond recovery. Silver's softness made them fragile. Time made them scarce. And modern collectors, they made them legendary. In today's coin market, the 1943 P Jefferson War Nickel has reached an unprecedented level of demand. Collectors from every corner of the United States, from seasoned investors to small-town treasure hunters, are racing to find these coins before their prices explode even further. The catch? Only a small handful remain in fine, original wartime condition like the one you're seeing now. Smooth yet powerful, scarred yet dignified. And that's exactly why its value today has sent shockwaves across the numismatic world. Take a breath, because what I'm about to tell you isn't a fairy tale. It's happening right now in the real market. The 1943 P. Jefferson War Nickel, in fine collectible condition, has stunned experts and collectors alike, commanding prices up to $160,000. Yes, $160,000 in verified auction sales and private acquisitions. And that number is climbing. Every passing year, every new discovery, every serious collector entering the scene, it pushes the ceiling higher. The market value is rising day by day. The 1943P is not just a coin anymore, it's an artifact of power, a pocket-sized treasure chest of American history. When you hold one in your palm, it feels heavy, not because of its weight, but because of what it represents: sacrifice, endurance, and unimaginable value. If you ever come across a 1943 nickel, here's what you do. Flip it. Look above Monticello. If you see that big, bold P, you might have just hit the numismatic jackpot. But don't rush. Handle it carefully. Oils from your skin can degrade the silver over time. Invest in a soft cloth and coin holder. Keep it dry. Keep it safe. Because if that coin's surfaces, even faintly, still shine with that old silver glow, you could be sitting on a life-changing piece of history. And here's the golden rule: never underestimate condition. Even one small detail of preservation can mean the difference between 100 and hundreds of thousands. The 1943 P. Jefferson War Nickel is more than silver and manganese. It's a symbol of American endurance. Born in war, aged in peace, and rediscovered by those who still believe in hidden treasures. It reminds us that even the smallest things, a nickel, a coin, a forgotten piece of metal, can carry stories greater than gold. So the next time you glance at an old nickel in your drawer, don't just see 5 cents. Look deeper. You might be looking into the soul of America and maybe, just maybe, holding a treasure worth more than a dream. And remember, collectors, this is U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, your daily window into the world of American treasures. Freshly updated, passionately researched, and made to inspire your hunt for history's hidden fortune. Stay tuned, because coin number 3 has a twist so rare, it's practically rewriting the story of U.S. nickels as we know it. You won't believe what's coming next. Next coin number 3, the 1943 Jefferson War Nickel with the S mint mark. By now you have seen what a single wartime nickel can do to your imagination and maybe even your bank account. But the coin I'm about to show you next is different. It's older. It's tougher. And its silver heart beats with a mystery that collectors are still trying to solve. This is the 1943 Jefferson War Nickel with the S mint mark, a San Francisco masterpiece, struck when the entire world was fighting for its future. It carries battle scars, it wears time on its face, and yet somehow it has survived. And today, it is worth far more than anyone could have imagined. Picture it, America, 1943. The air is thick with determination. Factories are roaring 24 hours a day. Men are overseas. Women are welding ships. Every ounce of nickel is needed for armor plating and artillery. And so, once again, the mint did something extraordinary. They changed the very DNA of our 5-cent coin. Instead of the usual copper-nickel alloy, the war nickel was made of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. That's right, the same metal mix that helped power the war machines was also pressed into our pockets. The San Francisco Mint, known for its precision and pride, produced a special batch of these coins in 1943, bearing the bold S mint mark above Monticello's dome. That tiny letter S isn't just a symbol, it's a signature of American history. Take a moment to really see this coin. The front Jefferson's portrait is smooth, almost ghost-like, its fine lines softened by decades of touch. Rust-like tones and silver-gray shadows swirl together, as if the coin itself remembers every hand it has passed through. The back Monticello still stands proud. Its pillars might be faint, but that S mint mark above the dome glows defiantly. It's the heartbeat of San Francisco's wartime legacy. Collectors call this finish war-worn silver. It's not polished perfection, it's lived-in history. When people hear that over 104 million of these coins were struck, they assume, well, it can't be rare, but that's where they're wrong. Most of those 104 million, gone. Lost to melting pots, chemical corrosion, war recycling drives, and time itself. Only a microscopic fraction has survived in fine condition. And the number shrinks every year. Finding a 1943 S in preserved collector-worthy shape is like discovering a wartime photo untouched by age, nearly impossible. That's why when one appears at auction, bidding wars erupt in seconds. These coins don't just represent metal value. They represent a moment in America that can never be repeated. And now, for the moment, every collector waits for the truth about this coin's worth. The 1943 S. Jefferson War Nickel, in fine authentic condition like the one you're seeing right now, has taken the collecting world by storm. Recent auction records have shocked even the most experienced numismatists. With its rare mint origin and powerful story, this coin has commanded prices soaring as high as $175,000. Yes, $175,000 for a nickel that once bought a stick of gum. This is not fantasy. It's fact. And its value is climbing every single month. Every time one disappears into a private collection, the remaining ones become more precious. It's a chain reaction, a true collector's gold rush. So if you ever find one in the wild, you are not just holding 5 cents. You're holding a treasure, a tiny fortune that history itself forged under fire. When hunting for a 1943 nickel, your eyes should go straight to that mint mark above Monticello. If you see a bold, clean S, stop everything and examine closely. That simple letter could mean life-changing value. Check the coin's tone. War nickels carry a faint silver shine under light that is the 35% silver composition showing through. If you notice grayish-black shadows mixed with silver glow, you found something special. Store it properly in a coin flip or airtight holder and never try to clean it. Cleaning can strip away decades of patina and instantly erase thousands of dollars in value. Let the coin wear its age proudly, that is its authentic badge of honor. The 1943 S. Jefferson War Nickel is not just a coin, it's a chapter of America cast in silver. It embodies resilience, sacrifice, and a quiet heroism that survived through time. From the minting presses of San Francisco to the palms of modern treasure hunters, this nickel travels through generations as a symbol of what we can create even in the hardest days. So if you ever find one, remember this moment. Because you're not just holding a coin, you're holding $175,000 time capsule of American spirit. And we're only getting started. Coin number 4 on this list has a story so unbelievable that even seasoned collectors call it the ghost of the mint. Stay right here, you do not want to miss what's coming. This is U.S. Coinworth Secrets, freshly updated every day with real stories of real American treasures. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join our journey into the hidden wealth of history, because your next coin could be the one. Next coin number 4. 1944 Jefferson War Nickel, S mint mark. You've already seen what wartime nickels can hide. You've seen silver where nickel once ruled. But this next one, feels almost supernatural. It's the 1944 Jefferson War Nickel with the proud S mint mark, and the whispers surrounding it have echoed across collector circles for decades. Smooth scarred, touched by time and mystery. Every mark on its face tells a story of America right at the turning point of World War II. This is more than a coin, it's a survivor from a year when the world began to breathe again. In 1944, the United States was winning the war, but the cost was beyond measure. Factories still roared day and night. Metals were rationed, soldiers still fought overseas, and the mint kept producing its silver-based nickels, those quiet little war heroes that kept commerce moving even when times were desperate. Like the 1943 editions before it, the 1944 Jefferson nickel contained 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, a formula born from necessity and endurance. But the S mint mark stamped above Monticello's dome gave these coins a soul of their own. The San Francisco Mint was legendary for precision. Each S carved above the dome stood as a promise that quality would never fall, even when the world seemed to crumble. The 1944 S War nickel does not just reflect light, it absorbs it. The gray-black tone that dances across its surface is a badge of authenticity, a silver coin that has witnessed 8 decades of history. The front shows Jefferson, his portrait softened and worn smooth. The back Monticello, proud yet ghostly, with that S mint mark glowing like a silent beacon from San Francisco. Collectors love this texture, what they call battle-aged silver. It's not the mirror finish of a new coin. It's the aged glow of one that's been through time's storm and survived. Millions were minted, yes, but remember, history devours its own. Between post-war melting, circulation damage, and sheer neglect, very few 1944S nickels remain in collectible condition. The survival rate for fine-grade examples is microscopic. Numismatists have hunted these down for decades. Every intact 1944S found feels like pulling treasure from a shipwreck. Each one that disappears into a private vault sends collectors scrambling to find the next. That's why prices have been climbing with unstoppable momentum. In today's market, the 1944S Jefferson War Nickel has shattered expectations. Coins preserved in fine, authentic wartime condition like the one you're seeing here have commanded up to $185,000. Yes, $185,000 for a 5-cent piece born in the heat of war. This is not speculation, it's reality. Auction houses have watched these prices soar month after month. Demand isn't slowing, it's accelerating. Each surviving 1944S isn't merely a coin, it's an artifact, a relic of sacrifice, a small vault of silver and story that collectors are willing to pay fortunes to own. And that value is still rising, day by day. When you are out searching, flip those nickels. Look right above Monticello's dome for that bold S. It should be clear, slightly raised, and perfectly centered. Under a lamp, a 1944S will gleam differently. The light catches on the faint silver that hides beneath its gray tone. Don't be fooled by its simplicity, that glow is the giveaway. Handle with care, always by the edges. Never polish or wash it. Each nick, each shadow, each swirl of color tells the story of authenticity that collectors crave. Preserve it, don't perfect it. The 1944S Jefferson War Nickel stands as a tribute to American resilience, a tiny artifact from a time when every material, every ounce, every effort was devoted to victory. From the hills of San Francisco to the pockets of everyday heroes, this coin carried hope when hope was scarce. Today it carries something else, value beyond measure. It proves that even the smallest relics of the past can grow into monumental treasures. So remember, treasure hunters keep looking. That gray-black shimmer, that humble S, might be your doorway into a hidden fortune. This is U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, your daily gateway to America's hidden wealth. We uncover, we reveal, we inspire. And the next coin on this list, coin number 5, is so extraordinary, even experts call it the crown jewel of war nickels. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Next, coin number 5, the 1944 Jefferson War Nickel P Mint Mark. We've traveled through time from the war years to modern auctions, from silver secrets to treasures beyond imagination. But this final coin holds something extraordinary. A glimmer, a mark, a story that no collector forgets once they have seen it. This is the 1944 Jefferson War Nickel with the powerful P Mint mark. At first glance, it may look ordinary, but under the right light, it reveals a secret beauty that collectors call the Emerald Ghost. And behind that beauty lies a fortune that could make even experts' jaws drop. 1944 was the year when hope began to return to America. Allied forces were advancing, victory was finally within reach, and yet the war machine still needed every ounce of metal it could get. So, once again, the United States Mint kept the war nickel program alive, striking coins from the precious wartime alloy, 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. But this time, something special happened in Philadelphia, the first U.S. Mint, the heart of American coinage. For the first time in history, Philadelphia proudly marked its coins with a bold P above Monticello's dome. It wasn't just a mint mark, it was a statement of pride, innovation, and victory in sight. Now look at this coin carefully. The front is smooth and whisper like Jefferson's features softened by time. A faint rusticious shade covers the surface, not dirt, not decay, but the natural toning of silver after 80 years of life. Turn it over and the magic begins. Monticello rises in worn glory. Around the edges, faint emerald tones shimmer like ghostly light, nature's artwork formed over decades. Collectors call it emerald toning, and it is one of the rarest and most beautiful signs of genuine age. This coin doesn't sparkle, it glows. Like a lantern from the 1940s that's still shining through history's fog. Even though millions of 1944 P nickels were struck, the passage of time has reduced survivors in collectible condition to a mere handful. Most of these coins were worn down by circulation, exposed to moisture, or melted in post-war metal recovery programs. Very few escaped untouched. Those that did, especially ones showing natural toning and silver shine, became legends. Collectors and historians alike revere the 1944P because it symbolizes the moment America shifted from war to peace, a tangible echo of a nation's rebirth. And because it was the first Philadelphia coin to proudly display its P, it became a foundational piece for anyone building a complete wartime collection. Now for the moment you have been waiting for. This small, time-worn coin, the 1944P Jefferson War Nickel, has stunned the coin world. Despite its humble appearance, collectors have paid up to $150,000 for pristine, historically fine examples like this. $150,000 for a coin that once bought a soda in the 1940s. A coin that carried hope through wartime pockets and now carries the weight of fortune in modern hands. And here's the truth: that number isn't stopping. The market value is rising every day. Each time one of these disappears into a collector's vault, its scarcity and value deepens. This is not fantasy. This is legacy. And it's proof that the smallest pieces of metal can become monuments of wealth. When you're checking a 1944 nickel, remember this: always flip it. Above Monticello's dome, you'll see a large, clear P. That's your signal that you're looking at a wartime silver strike. Under bright light, watch for a faint green or emerald reflection around the lower edges. This natural toning is the mark of authenticity. Never clean it. Let those colors speak. They're your proof of untouched history. Handle it gently, store it safely, and record every detail. A well-preserved 1944P is more than just valuable, it's irreplaceable. The 1944P Jefferson War Nickel is the quiet hero of the wartime series, a coin that carries silver, strength, and story. Born from sacrifice, aged with beauty, and reborn as treasure. It reminds us that even in our smallest possessions, history leaves its fingerprints. When you hold one, you're not holding 5 cents, you're holding 80 years of American courage and craftsmanship. So, collectors and treasure hunters, this concludes our journey through the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Jefferson War nickels in today's market. Each coin tells its own story of war, of history, of hidden wealth waiting to be rediscovered. But this is just the beginning, because every week, new discoveries are surfacing. New records are breaking. And right here on U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, we're uncovering them all freshly, daily, and with the same passion that drives every true treasure hunter. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join our growing family of collectors who believe in the power of small things, because your next coin could be the treasure that changes everything.